Hello everybody, this is Tim from Mainly Muscle Cars along with cameraman Ken, and today we are looking at a 69 Cyclone Spoiler 2. Now this is the Cale Yarborough version. This is the one that was sold east of the Mississippi. Dan Gurney's were sold west. The Cales had the red top with red interior. The Dans had the blue interior and the blue top. They only made 353 of the Arrow nose cars, and the difference between those, there's a couple significant ones, is they actually lengthened the factory fenders and they put that filler panel in, and then they went to a Torino Cobra style grille. So what that did is that lengthened the front of the car out roughly about 8 inches, I believe. And then also they actually rolled the rockers tighter, so it allowed them to lower the car an extra 1.5 inches. And believe it or not, just that little roll on the rockers was as effective as the front end. So this was the car that really kind of paved the way for some of the Arrow nose stuff. They really cleaned up in the NASCAR deal back in '69. Unfortunately, the way Arrow nose went with Ford's sponsorship, everything kind of died out after '70 there, basically in '70. So this is one of Ford's only Arrow cars right here. Ford did the Torino, which more people actually know that was actually the Talladega. Talladegas came with 428s. All of the Mercury Spoiler 2s came with a 351 Windsor 4-barrel. Now there were no options other than the Dan Gurney or the Cale Yarborough and a radio option. That was it. So all of them are identical. You're not going to see any of them with 4 speeds. You're not going to see anything out there with air conditioning or anything like that on a factory nose car. You can see the rockers kind of hanging below the car where you don't normally see that. Typically those are painted black, and this of course is a project car. This isn't a this isn't a restored driver. It does appear to be very original. We've got the numbers matching engine in it. It has the original rear wing on it. Now these are a very special wing because they're non-adjustable and they're specific to this car. So very cool setup. Mercs, in my opinion, are my favorite. I've had a Talladega before. I like them, but I do like the Mercury's better. I think just the taillights are a lot better. I like the fact that they have the wheel arches on the outside of the car, so the side of the car isn't quite as smooth. Oddly enough, the Mercury's were about 2 miles an hour faster than the Torinos. So there's some pretty good history that goes along with these cars. A really fun car. Nobody really knows what they are kind of when they're seen outside. So just really, really cool car, a lot of fun to own. Take her for a spin so you guys can see what she's like. Okay, inside this Merc is still very, very original. Appears to be the original seat upholstery. Carpet-wise appears to be the original. Dash appears to be the original. I think that this thing actually spent some time being stored inside because there's not a lot of sun damage to it. Typically the instrument clusters are very torn up. This one here, as far as, there's some sun fading, but much better than most. Runs really well. Fires up quickly. I don't believe the engine's ever been rebuilt. Kind of looking at everything, it does seem to be very factory. Showing 69,733 on the odometer. We have no documentation to support any of that. Looking at the condition, you could easily believe 69, but again, we've got no documentation and we're not claiming that it is. Runs excellent though. This is the 290 horse Windsor, so it's the high compression motor. So it actually has good power. Steering feels nice and tight. Overall, just it's a good car. If you're looking for something to buy, get in and restore, you'd be hard pressed to do better than this one. You'd be hard pressed to find another one in any condition, but turn signals work. A lot of it's a good solid car. So, but we've got working wipers. We've got working turn signals, headlights, and all that. So you've got a real good basis for a restoration. So now this car does have, it does have a couple small spots of rust. It's still a very restorable car. So if you're looking for one to restore, give this one a good look. It has a pedigree that would be very, very, very hard to beat. And it's just a good solid driver. I mean, you could theoretically get in this one and drive it as is. It has a factory style steel wheels on it, and the BF Goodrich radial TAs are still in good condition. So with a little care, there's no reason you couldn't drive this one every day. Motor sounds good. Anyhow, any questions, give us a call, 360-863-2241, or check us out on the web at mainlymusclecars.com. Thanks.